I'm gonna do my best to stay at 2 minutes. I can't promise you. I just got a lot to say. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you're having fun, good time, and you want to get your learn on. Well, here we are again. My name is Sal Cincotta, and this week we are gonna do another 2-minute critique. That's what we're doing, 2-minute critiques. We're gonna explore those images, tell you what you did right, what you did wrong, mostly what you did wrong, and hopefully you will be a better photographer. So, you ready? Timer, you ready?
Yep.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Got to hit it when I say hit it. Not yet. Don't be premature with the trigger. Nobody likes a premature timer. All right, 2-minute critiques. Let's get it on. Give me 2 minutes.
Go.
All right, first image up. I'll tell you what, the first thing jumping out at me, well, there's a couple of things jumping out at me, right? Again, first thing we want to talk about, the couple probably loved it. Looks like an engagement session, in-love session. Couple probably loved it, but that's not what we're here for, right? How do we make it better? And so some of the things jumping out at me that are wrong are, the first is the fact that this fountain is getting cut off, right? So if you look at that, you can see the top of that fountain is getting cut off, removed, and it's a bit distracting from the shot. So that's the one thing you have to keep in mind, like either crop down into this image or allow that to breathe. Give it a little bit more breathing room. Okay, but something a little bit more fundamental is bothering me on this, and it's the color balance of the image. The orange is so strong in this image as a color temperature. It's just so strong. Which there's nothing wrong with the warmth of that light, but it doesn't match the overall scene. So I'm not sure if you guys are seeing this. I'm gonna hide this from you again. Check out this color of the sky. So there's something about the colors up here versus the colors down here that are really distracting to the overall image. So that's kind of distracting me, that disconnect in color balance and color harmony. And I know that's not something we always talk about here. We look at easy things like composition, but that's a problem for this particular image. So we got to work on that. But something worth talking about, which I think you did a very good job of, is the expression on their face. I think the expression, the connection, it's really good. But these are tough shots as well. As the last piece of feedback I'll give you, these types of fountain shots, pillar style shots are always a struggle. 10 seconds left, mostly because we've got this fountain growing out of the top of their head. And so that is the last piece of feedback I gave you. Hopefully you guys see the same thing I see, but let's get to the next image. All right, give me that timer.
Go.
All right, timer's up. So, love the overall styling of the image, but there's a couple of things, as you can imagine, jumping out at me on what could make this image better. First thing I want to tell you as you're looking at this, the shadow detail in the bottom of the image looks like she's wearing a black dress. The shadow detail is there if you look very, 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 very closely to it. So the problem is, if you look at this, it kind of looks like she's floating, right? And so you see in what I'm saying at the bottom of that image down here, it just looks like she's floating in that image, right? And that's kind of weird. So what I would almost suggest doing is maybe cropping this a little bit differently here. So maybe if the crop were right here, I think that might be a little bit stronger, and we could crop in on the sides, stuff like that. That would help. All right, next piece of feedback is the tonality, the overall tone of the image. Your eye will, oh, I say this over and over again, man, your eye will go to the brightest part of the image. I don't know what it's gonna take, but you gotta figure this out. We gotta control light or control post-production, right? You can edit this in post. And so something worth seeing here, close your eyes. Everybody who's watching this right now, close your eyes. Nobody's gonna take advantage of you. You can do it. Close your eyes. It's not a trust game, like a trust fall. But my eyes are going right here to her chest. And that is a problem. Her chest is actually brighter than the other parts of the image. That becomes a distraction. I really want her face to be brighter. So there's the issues in here, and also worth noting, look at the color of the brightness of her arms.
10 seconds.
And versus the brightness of her chest versus the brightness of her face. All right. Time's up. Next image. She's running a tight ship this week. All right, give me that timer.
Go.
All right. Go. Okay, so here we go. Black and white image, right? And you've heard of, you know, just again, tonal range and understanding what's going on here, right? Your eye will go to the brightest part of an image. Here, we've got a very high key shot, but they are the darker part of the image, right? So here's the problem with this image. My eye, even though they're the darkest part of the image, I don't know about your eye, my eye's having a really tough time making it down here to them. My eye is getting stuck up in this area. It's getting stuck up in this area, making it very difficult to get down to them. They really need to be brighter in this image. So this tonal range here is not done well at all, right? And so you want that tonal range to bring them through all these different stages of brightness, darkness, shadows, highlights, and we're not getting to them. In fact, I'm just going to do this here real quick, as long as my timer doesn't run out. And of course, everybody, this is going to be down and dirty. I'm not here to do Photoshop stuff. But if I just add a curves layer here and just lift them, I want everybody to look at that. This is ugly editing. This is not very good. I'm not Photoshopping right now. But they become a little bit brighter in that frame. You see how this looks better? You can't tell me it doesn't look better. Don't lie. It looks better. All right. Last image. I'm done. Give me the timer, man. I'm trying to stay on time this week. I'm trying to stay on time. I'm trying to stay on time. All right. Here we go. Next image is up. All right. First thing, I'm going to close my eyes, open them, and the first place I'm going, I'm curious if you guys are seeing the same thing. The first place I'm going is right here to her back, and that is not where we want to go, right? It's not a back shot. It's a face shot. So what if, I'm going to be efficient. I'm on time this week. Can't stop me. If I just darken this, watch what I do here. I'm just coming in here very sloppy with a lasso tool. Okay, and dang it, I was too sloppy. All right, if I just come in here with a lasso tool, just gonna add a curves layer. Again, don't do this at home. This is not an editing the way you should be editing. But if I darken this a little bit, right? See what I did there? Now close your eyes, now open your eyes. You're making your way right to her face. Now, of course, that needs to be done a lot better. We can also maybe crop in on that a little bit. So check out that crop, right? And maybe you're seeing how that gap on the side of her head is a little bit of a distraction. That's an interesting crop, right? So that's something different that is now getting me to her face first and foremost. So you're seeing this is a compositional issue. Hold on, I'm gonna do one more thing. 30 seconds. We're going over. See, I'm glad I had that time from the last time. We are going to expand the canvas here. What I want to do is, hold on, let's see if I can do this. Oh, the pressure.
10 seconds.
All right, so I'm going to grab this right here, and I'm going to create a new layer via copy. Okay, again, this is not the correct way to do this, right?
Time's up.
All right, time is up, but I have to do this for them.
Well, then I guess you got 20 seconds.
I have 20 extra seconds. Ah, man, I screwed this up. We're gonna finish this.
Should we call this 5 minutes?
It's 5-minute critiques right now. What I want to do here is be able to expand this, but we have to expand the layer. Oh, I am so sorry, guys. New adjustment layer. No. Why am I having such a hard time with this? Of course, when the camera's rolling. And again, there are ways to do this. I just want to show you what I'm talking about here because this is otherwise a very good image. And you're seeing now that all I did was a sloppy expansion of that canvas and we've now got more room with that image to make it look a little more pano without really moving or destroying pixels, anything like that. So, is that our last image? Man, we are just crushing through 2-minute critiques. Well, everyone, I hope you learned something. Let me know in the comments if you are enjoying these videos. Hey, man, throw us a like, subscribe to our channel, turn on alerts. We will see you next week. And hey, submit your image to 2-Minute Critiques. Let's see how we can make them better. We'll see you next week.